everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Packers going up against the Vikings. With that, let's get up to Minneapolis as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are on the eastern side of downtown Minneapolis at the gorgeous new U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. Now 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
2nd down following the run. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away. Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And now a first down following that long gain. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rodgers going to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Second down now after the incompletion. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. That is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And out now come the Vikings. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it actually serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The starters now on offense. And Stefon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But, boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stefon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Right. Over. Now let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Rodgers now to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm actually surprised they didn't get out of that play. I didn't see anyone pressing the line of scrimmage for the defense.
2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Check 50.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Back to throw here. That's caught by Treadwell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Now let's go.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. Call it a gain of 7, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Peterson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And that one makes it 14-7. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come out in the pistol.
26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Rodgers to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air. And the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive. But not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. A minute 57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
Watch the shit. All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Barrington. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a handoff looking right. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Caught by Nelson left side. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to his...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he finds Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers to throw on second down. And this is caught at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. The 30. 10. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on first down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 85 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. I mean, he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One receiver to the left is Cooper.
All right, here we go. Boom, landing. Detroit, 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 Detroit. Over.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It got his man, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Set, blue, landing. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll bring up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Go. Watch it now, Barney. Check 99. No. Check. Patriot.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's third down.
As a general rule, when you take a deep shot downfield, it's usually a timing pattern. Quarterback in the pocket and looking to hit his receiver downfield. But when he has to move outside of it, timing often gets thrown off. And on that play, that caused the incompletion.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Leopard. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Over. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet inbounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come up in an offset eye. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They come out here in the eye.
319.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he finds Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And he cuts it out to the sideline. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Another pistol look here. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. They'll set up a throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And complete. Right side, the tight end, Rudolph. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Gun!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now the Packers get set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. On play action, now Rodgers. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he'll give it here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they'll try to squeeze in 1 more play here before the 2-minute warning. Defense showing blitz. Now it's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's brought in by Janis. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Rodgers looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards. And now a decision here on 4th and 1. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down. And they're going to speed things up here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And
he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Oh, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up there.
Tonight we ain't going out, so we invited everybody. The made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads. But right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom